Hi people, it's me, Anja. My pronouns are she and her, and welcome back to my channel for a new recent reads video. March has started off to be a pretty good reading month in terms of quantity as well as quality. So without any further ado, the first book on this list is called Semilla at Squee. First of all, because of the cover and all of its colors that are absolutely so vibrant, I think for that reason alone, I thought this book was going to be a graphic novel, and it's not. But anyway, this story is a middle-grade contemporary following a young Chinese main character as she spends her last summer at this Chinese cultural camp. Her last summer at this camp specifically, not her last summer in terms of like other things or whatever. But anyway, this book is absolutely so fantastic and it's so good. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoy contemporary stories with like concentrated settings where the setting is just one place, like at a school or at a summer camp or whatever. I don't really know if that makes any sense, but basically the setting was so well done and it was so atmospheric and it was absolutely so immersive. Like, I can't quite believe that the story is set over such a short amount of time, because to me it felt like so much longer. The characters are so well developed and so distinct. Their friendships felt so lovely and so wonderful and so wholesome. Like, their connections are so well done and it's just so awesome to see. I also really enjoyed the conversations surrounding like identity and culture and everything. This book is so good. So anyway, with all that said, I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars and I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called The Night Compass. For those who don't know, this book is a middle-grade fantasy and it's book 4 out of 7 in the Wilderlore book series. I love this series so much. Literally, Amanda Foody is such a genius. I have loved her writing in every single genre that she has written, with the exception of all of its villains. I think that's because she co-authored it with somebody else. But anyway, the point is, I was so excited to read this book before it came out, and I'm so glad. This book absolutely met my expectations. First of all, the world building is absolutely so fantastic and so magical and so immersive. I loved how in this story in particular, she expanded upon like the lore and the magic of it all. The characters are so well developed and so distinct and I love them deeply. Like, I'm so excited to read the next installments in this series and just figure out like where the characters go next in terms of like their emotional journeys as well as their literal journeys. The plot is so engaging and so intriguing. This book is such a solid sequel and I just really enjoyed it so much. Again, this book is book 4 out of 7, so there are 3 more books left and I'm so excited to see what will happen next. So anyway, with all that said, I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars and I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Coyote Lost and Found. Technically, this book serves as a companion novel to The Remarkable Journey of Coyote Sunrise, which I read back in 2019 and I absolutely loved it. But I think that both books can be read as a standalone. However, I would recommend personally to read them in chronological order and read the first one first. But anyway, this is such a solid story on its own too. Basically, it follows Coyote Sunrise on another road trip journey as she goes somewhere to spread her mother's ashes. So first of all, I loved the family dynamics so much. The relationship between like Coyote and Rodeo is done so well. The friendships are so lovely and so wonderful. Like, everything about this book feels so real and just so well done. The plot is so engaging and so intriguing. The journey itself is absolutely so fantastic and so well done. I also enjoyed how this book like incorporated like the beginnings of the pandemic. You know what I mean? Like, typically I don't love reading stories set during the beginnings of the pandemic because it's such a recent event that I like witnessed and experienced myself. But this book did it so well and I loved the character dynamics so much. The friendships are so lovely and so wonderful, and the growth is done so well. So anyway, with all that said, this book is absolutely so good, and I really enjoyed it. So with that said, I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars. I would highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Sona and the Golden Beasts. I actually don't know if her name is pronounced Sona or Sona, but anyway, this story is a middle-grade fantasy following a young main character in what I assume is an Indian-inspired world, although I could be completely wrong about that, and it's middle-grade fantasy as she navigates the lasting effects of colonialism and fights for what's right. This book is absolutely so fantastic and it's so good. Reading this book while also witnessing the effects of settler colonialism during the Palestine genocide right now in the news absolutely hits home. Like, this book is so fantastic and it's so good. First of all, the world building and the culture felt absolutely so authentic and so immersive and so atmospheric and so fantastic and so magical. Like, this book is so good and it's so underrated and it deserves so much more hype. The plot is so engaging and so intriguing. The characters are so well developed and so distinct. The family dynamics are absolutely so fantastic. This book is so damn good. Like, it's absolutely excellent and it's so intriguing and it's so engaging. I just loved it so much. So anyway, with all that said, I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars and I would highly, highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Semilla Finds Her Quetzal Voice. This story is a middle-aged contemporary following a young, multiracial main character who's trying to avoid going to Guatemala for the summer until she finds some family history that might change her mind. Also, if I've completely butchered the title of this book, please correct me in the comments below. My Spanish pronunciation, I know, is not as good as it could be. So anyway, with that said, this book is absolutely so fantastic and it's so good. First of all, I love coming-of-age contemporary books. Like, I think they're done so well. And, like, hearing her emotions and, like, listening to them and reading about them was done so well because she is such, like, a good, well-crafted, relatable character. The characters are done so well in this book, and they each felt so authentic and so well done. The family dynamics are absolutely so awesome. The friendships are so lovely. The plot is so engaging. I love the conversations surrounding, like, activism and friendship and feminism. Like, this book is so good. I also loved how the main character is multiracial, and that helped, like, be a parallel to the conversation surrounding, like, intersectional feminism, if that makes any sense. Sometimes when I read a story centering on feminism, I'm always very afraid that it's going to read very white and not very intersectional. And this book was so intersectional, and I just really, really appreciated it so much because it was so good. This book is absolutely so fantastic, and it's so awesome, and I just enjoyed it so much. So anyway, with all that said, I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars, and I would definitely highly, highly recommend it. So in conclusion, March has treated me well so far, and I'm so lucky that I've had a great reading month so far. Today is March 10th as I am filming this, and I have read already 12 books. I'm so excited that I know that it's going to just go up from here. So anyway, in conclusion, if you enjoy this video, please don't hesitate to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below the cupcake emoji if you made it all the way to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!